Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Cody Rhodes' Endless Nightmare. So Cody is the zombie chase, and he looks pretty dang awesome. I'm not going to lie. He looks really, really cool in my opinion. I love this zombie western thing they got going on. The Nightmare belt buckle and badge, that's pretty dang cool. Anyway, he's a chaotic powerhouse. Modern era, obviously. Just the standard zombie links. I'm assuming we're going to get a zombie link for this year like we have in the past. No idea what that might be. And then the Endless Nightmare stock gear. He's a coach. At 6-star, purple gems do 30% more damage, and silence gems do 60% more damage. I'm assuming that'll be clutch on a zombie that's coming. I'm trying to think right off if there's someone that changes a bunch of silence to purple, and it's not coming to me at the moment, but it's a coach, so if there's anyone that does that, that's a 90% boost at coach to a purple silence, which is quite large. Okay, so Cody, I only have 3 movesets for you guys, which is a little bit weird for a chase for me. I'm going to start off and have a Z plate equipped. I will run this build set with no plate. I'm going to try a couple different things with it. I think the people that will like this build will be people that run a Judgment Day plate. Anyway, it's triple purple, 6 MP, Hellhound, deal 110k damage and make 38 X-Break gems into purple gems. Unearthed Power Slam, 893k damage. That's worth noting. That's pretty beefy. With the purple move damage medal, you're going to get like 1.7 million more damage out of that. So that's worth noting. Choose 6 gems to make into multiply gems of strength 7. And then the Corpse Cutter, 6 MP, 113k damage. Choose a 7x2 area to make into 1 turn countdown gems. That will deal 237k damage and make 4 random gems into X-Break gems. So that fills your board full of X-Breaks. There's really 3 different plates you can use for this build in the primary slot. Z plate, the Jade plate, and then Bianca's Braid. Bianca's Braid and the Jade plate are, for all intents and purposes, going to do the same thing in this build. And the Z plate is half at 50% gem damage, but then gets the defensive buff of 35%. Entourage for this one, we're going to start out with Woods for 4 purple, Scott Hall for flat purple, Almost for 100% X-Break gem damage, and then Santa Hogan, the 1 MP is not needed, he's there. Actually, that doesn't make sense, does it? When we could just do Ray, who's supposed to be on there. There we go. That's what it's supposed to be. Ray for flat purple at 12k as well. Alright. So this is with the Z plate. 30% strap. It is an ultimate. The move damage, or the move damage medal's a red one. 150%er. And then a level 12 gem damage one. So again, I think the people that will like this build, for like feud, you'd have to run Judgment Day plate. For boss battle, obviously, it'd be very strong for purple and for X-Breaks. Put your gems out, do your swipe. When these go off, I believe it does close to 2.4 mil. Let's see what it does here. 13.9 to 10.6. That was over 3 mil. 3.3 million on those. Okay, now you choose your multiply gems. We obviously want to hit purples. Sadly, we have a ton of loot box gems. I don't like that. We have just enough purples for every multiply gem. But we're going to make the loot box gems all purple anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, I need to slow the animation to 1.25. I don't have 6 builds. So that was 6 million damage, reduced to 5.8. It's okay, right? Recycles flawlessly. Like I said, I think this is the Judgment Day plate build because you're gonna have to take a swipe for people that want to run it. All right, so let's try it. I'm gonna try it with the Jade plate which is purple and red 100%. I believe. And then I won't bother with the braid because it'll essentially hit the same hardness. So let's put the jade plate on here. Yeah, 6 or more countdown gems increase your purple and red gem damage by 100%. So a lot of plate options for this build set. Let's see how much difference this makes, this extra 50%. It'll be nice on the multiply gems. Cody looks great. The zombies look great. No disappointment there. I'm very happy about that. Especially if you like the Western theme, and I do. Not gonna lie. Plenty of purples. Maybe one short of where we want it. Power slam. Yeah, one short. We'll put the other one on a red for sure. It'll probably turn purple anyway, so it's not going to turn purple. Shouldn't have put it there. Well, doesn't matter. Because it... Oh, there it went. We're fine. So 6.5 million reduced. A little bit harder. Alright. So like I said, I think it's a Judgment Day plate build for people that want to run it competitively. Other than like boss battle, I mean purples and X breaks, it'll be phenomenal because the whole board basically is X breaks and the whole board turns purples. Recycles pretty easy. You do have to take a swipe, so you won't be able to stack the damage a ton. Alright, so oh, one other thing actually with the Korra plate. You can, if you got Korra herself, she adds 75% to X breaks. So, 75% on the purple is actually going to be better, especially as it scales. So you can run it with Korra Jade here. The yellow MP doesn't matter, the 75% does. Because when you look at his purples, they're already over 14k. Those would be 28k at 6-star silver. It's going to do about the same here. Because 75% of 14k is somewhat close to 12k. But at silver, Korra will be much better than 12k. I just thought I would mention that. Okay. I think we're good there. Next moves... Oh yeah, I was going to run it without. For people that want to see it without a plate. Because I don't think it's going to blow you away. So if you don't have a Judgment Day plate, you don't have one of these plates, I don't think it'll blow you away. Don't know why I equipped her, because I wasn't going to use it. But you could also... I tried Sin Cara. Damage was about the same. You had to... Because you don't have enough purples, right? So I feel like the purple is a much better move than Sin Cara. But I did try that. Cody Cutter! Three, four, five. So 5.7 million reduced to 5.2 with no plate. It's not terrible, but you have to take that swipe, right? Okay, so Titan plate build. I'll run it without the Titan plate since I don't have a plate on, then I'll put the Titan plate on. But Titan plate is definitely the go-to here. Red move damage metal is going to work here. So, finisher, end of the Rhodes. Oh, I like that name. Rotting corpse lock. Again, I dislike that Cody has multiple subs. He does not strike me as a 2 submission guy, but whatever. I'm not gonna beat that horse any more than I already did in his first technician video. So, end of the Rhodes 10 MP finisher, 893k base damage. So it's a big boy finisher, for sure. 38 blasts into red. So a lot of red blast gems. And then the bite, 134k damage, make 38 randoms into blast. That's 7 MP yellow. 7 MP yellow color submission. Place 7 sub gems, 375k damage, 3 turns. And then they're red ones that you place. So it's a choose red sub. Wording maybe a little bit different than in some of the other ones. Entourage for this one is we are going this route, and we're going to take advantage of Priest's ability, which is 30% red gems, and blast gems do 60% more damage. So those are all going to do 90% extra, which is quite nice. Do need 17k Santa to turn 1 with this build. We want JBL for 125% on those red blasts. And yeah, this is without a plate, and then we'll run it with a plate. I will crank it up to 2 times speed the second time around. Okay, 5, that works for me. I'm not gonna watch the sub. Can't do it. Let's turn it back up for his moves. Okay. 41 random blast gems. Yeet. The standard zombie bite animation. End of the road. So 2 million base finisher damage. It's the crossroads. And again, this is with no Titan plate. So 5.6 mil finisher. Not bad. Let's put that Titan on him. Here we go with the Titan. Okay. Same idea, right? Same exact thing. And I'm going to leave it on 2 speed since we already saw the move. Okay, Titan. Here we go. For reference, each one of these red blast gems are doing 109k, and we're making all 39 of them. Should be right around 4 million before Cascade, right? And then the 2 million finisher. So yeah, 7.3 million total. Not bad, right? 7.3 million. That's not bad. I wish it hit a little bit harder on the gem damage, right? Because it's about 5 million in gem damage there. So that probably only scales to 10 million gem damage at silver. So I wish it hit just a little bit harder. If it was like 6 or 7 mil gem damage. 6, I think. But anyway, now triple red, last build set. And then you'll have seen all the moves. Also, I made a mistake in my priest video because I thought it was when your opponent's health was under 75% with these. This seems like a very niche kind of hardcore. It's when your health is below 75%. That you get the extra boost of 175%. Solid for boss battle for red, but we're never going to have red boss battle unless traps are negated because KO. Thanks, KO. Anyway, 7 MP red move, deal 183k damage and increase your red gem damage by 75% for 1 turn. Does not affect bonus damage. Hardcore if player's health is below 75. Deal 183k damage and increase your red gem damage by 175%. So that's the, and then the disarmed is the other move that you haven't seen. It's the 7 MP sub. Generate 39 sub gems, 268k 3 turns, remaining turn into blast gems. So this is the triple red. And if you don't have Piper, no big deal. Any 2 red MP will work, or you could use double 4 MP. Anyway, this makes it so after the sub, the finisher is loaded. We obviously want to boost red gems. Titan Plate does nothing for this build set, so after this one, I will put a different plate on. One that will do something for this build. But it's very simple and straightforward. Just start out, click your sub. Hopefully most of your gems stay. Then click your boof. And then click your finisher. $5.7 million reduced to 4 something. So this is probably a 2 cycler. 2 cycler. Don't think I remember Cody doing an armbar, but it is a zombie, so whatever. And reanimated slam. It's an Alabama slammer. Okay. We crit 2.5 million on that finisher. That's gonna wrap it up. Okay, so let's put the sub plate. So obviously either of these two builds, also the Acolyte Ultimate plate adds 50% to all your gems after a sub. That would be fine for either of these sub builds, right? So the other one is the Dog-Ear Gremlin plate, adds 100% red gem damage. I think it's red and blue. Is that one in use for me? I don't remember using it recently, but that doesn't mean it's not. It is. That's on Seth. Okay. So this adds 100% to your red on this one. So this would be the plate you would use. Of course, either of these two builds here, if you're lucky enough to have the Ghostbuster Seance plate that creates a bunch of red gems, will just decimate. So Cody with the Seance plate will be ridiculous. So few people have it. Even if I had one, I wouldn't put it on for the preview. But it's an extra 30 gems, so basically double his gem damage. Almost. Maybe not quite, but pretty close. Lost a decent amount of our blasty boys here. See how hard we hit. Yeah, that was not a good one. It's only 5.6 million. That's really wasn't any better because we lost so many. This time around maybe will be better. $5.4 million. Yeah, so it's a 2 cycler, right? No matter what you're using, it's 2 cycles. It's just the way it is. So let's talk about where he fits in, because that's more interesting, right? He's a chase, he's a good one. I think you easily could make a case that Zombie Ray with gear is definitely better, right? And I think that it would be accurate. So to me, I feel like he's slightly disappointing because we have a really high bar for zombie powerhouses in general. And so it's slightly disappointing. I think the one thing I wish is that all of his stuff is not there. He doesn't have anything he can do turn 1, right? Like the purple moveset is turn 2, and the other 2 movesets are set up after a sub. And that just is kind of like frustrating. I feel like this should be a choose. Just straight up choose red gems. So that one moveset you could do something turn 1. Also, the fact that these Titan Plate guys are, you never win the first cycle, or very rarely in like feud and stuff. It's always a 2 cycle win. Like there's no reason not to force you to go through the sub. That's just my opinion. Doesn't make it right, but this should be a choose. So at least one move set, you don't have to sit through a sub turn one. I think that would be, I would be much happier with that. I find that a little bit frustrating. But he looks amazing. He's very solid. He's very good. But Powerhouse is quite loaded, right? Like, certainly Sammy, Braun are better. He's better than JBL. Triple H is definitely better. I think Clubber is better. Hits way harder, right? Ray with gear is better. Seth is not better. Taker's not better. KO is better as long as you're okay playing his gambling style. He hits way harder. Farouk's better. You know, I don't know about Ridge and Otis. Maybe, you know. So there's just a lot of people that are better. Obviously, Andre Drip is better. And so that makes it kind of, he's good. And I'm not saying he's not good. There's just a lot of people now that are better. His training ability is not, again, zombies usually always have crazy training abilities, especially recently. So I was kind of expecting more there. At least as of today, it doesn't seem that amazing. So overall, I would say I'm disappointed slightly in the character itself, but not the art. The gameplay is fine. The other thing, well, it's great he does purples and X breaks. Like I said, blast gems and reds are almost always going to be not super useful in boss, pretty much. KO makes the reds very unlikely to get buffed, although they have before, and then sometimes blasts do, and in those cases he will be fine. But usually when there's blasts, it's not going to be a red color, so somebody that makes blast gems into a different color tends to do better, right? When there's the two boosts. So, but the X break part is nice, so he does have a little bit of versatility there. But I mean, for me, I think he hits harder than Ray without gear, probably. Like, except Ray has some stuff he can do turn one, right? You can do the triple black, and you can do stuff turn one, and you're gonna win sometimes. Cody, you gotta sit through a sub, or you have to Judgment Day plate and stuff. And as we saw, that probably doesn't win turn one in feud either, because you just don't keep people down anymore. So for those reasons, I am not as high on him as I could be for a fighter. What does help him is he's a chaotic. If he was aggressive, you'd just be like, nah, not gonna happen, fam. When you start looking at chaotic, oh yeah, Big Papa Pump, I haven't leveled up. Steiner is certainly much better, right? That's the chaotic guy you want to level. KO is probably going to be more useful. I hate saying that, but probably going to be more useful. So he's probably the third best chaotic guy. Yeah, something like that. So he's not bad by any stretch, and he's very good. I just don't think he's like, he's certainly, Braun is so much faster. Sammy's faster. Triple H with a Piper plate, you know what I mean? Clubber, there's just, it's hard to get super excited about him being like top-notch fighter, because he's not quite top-notch, but he's very good. So yeah, that's where I'm at on him. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, Zombie Month, I love it. I love the Western theme. I love that they look awesome. I'm a big fan of that. Be interesting to see what they do with trainers the rest of the way, and if this, so far both zombies have had this move where when your health gets lower, they get a bigger buff. Wonder if we're going to see that for this year's zombies as a trend. Anyway, remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. And 2 subs on Cody again. Why do they give him so many subs? Why? Why?